a little background about myself. I was born and raised from Bacolod, which is about an hour of ferry ride from IloIlo. But when I was young, IloIlo has always been special to me. My dad used to tell me that our roots are from IloIlo, Leganes area, and as early as elementary years, almost every other weekend, I've been visiting my sister here who's taking up her medicine course, excuse me, from the West Visayas State University. I'm sharing all this because being a Bacoleño, outside looking in, after a couple of decades, I've personally seen and witnessed how IloIlo improved and progressed. Way back then, Diversion Road, which is kind of our EDSA here, was almost empty. Nothing but fish pens and fish ponds. Right now, it's all occupied by buildings left and right, condominiums, hotels, restaurants. And I could also remember how tight our seaport and how organized it is now, how small our airport was and how short the runway was. And today we already have international IloIlo Airport with direct flights to international and give or take, I think, 14 flights daily, IloIlo, Manila to IloIlo. So that's progress right there. Now, I fell in love with this city deeply that I've met my wife here. I got married to an Ilongga, and we're blessed with 2 kids. And as I was saying, I think everybody's aware that Iloilo City is known as the city of love, right? So I think that's a clear manifestation that indeed IloIlo is the city of love. I've been having my time of my life here, staying for the past 12 years with my family. And now before I get too comfortable talking about my love life, let me get back to the point. As I was saying, I don't think anybody in this room could disagree how IloIlo continues her drive to progress to the next level under the leadership of our beloved Mayor, Honorable Jerry Trenes. Now, I'm proud that Teletech has been a catalyst to the improvement of IloIlo. When BPO industry, including Teletech, has been rapidly and wildly expanding early of 2000 in Metro Manila. Teletech strategically decided to expand our operations here way back 2007. And that opened the floodgates of opportunities for Ilonggos. Teletech being an international brand, with our corporate office in Denver, Colorado, USA, was the first or was amongst the pioneer in the BPO industry here in IloIlo. To date, I have almost 1,000 employees with 88 of them in management roles, supervisor and above. And that's our facility right here. We have about 776 workstations, 4 training suites, and we have our HR and interview rooms all equipped with state-of-the-art to welcome all of our applicants. Now, outsourcing has impacted our lives in so many ways that nobody could have ever imagined. To put it into context, in the past, when we say customer service, it has to be a face-to-face interaction. But with technology nowadays, from IloIlo, we could be of service to customers halfway around the globe. And in my site, we're supporting 3 verticals. We're supporting the largest telecommunications company in the US, and we're also supporting one of the biggest healthcare companies in the US. The last program that we have here on site in IloIlo that just recently launched, we're also supporting a computer manufacturer, also based in the US. Teletech's unfailing partnership with our clients proves that Teletech and IloIlo indeed are keeper in terms of foreign investments. Now, the $1 million question is, how do we do that? Teletech is not just about BPO, but we are a people industry. And that is the biggest asset that we have. That is the reason why we continue to grow, that we're continuously successful in what we do. For 2 consecutive years, we've been recognized by Aon as the best employer for 2018 and 2019. Winning it the first time was great, and winning it the second time was a statement on how heavily we invest on our people. And this award is so close to us. This is personally close to me because Aon Best Employer is not just within BPO, but it's across all of the industries and all of the companies in the Philippines. We go out and partner with the academe through facilitation of career talks, students visiting our site for a site walkthrough, for them to have a real glimpse of what it is to be in a call center. And our aim upon hire is to set everybody up for success, which is why we put them on training on an average 4 weeks paid. And once they get through training, we expose them to what we call Teletech University, that houses a lot of developmental courses to enhance their competencies, to equip them to become leaders in the future. We also expose them to Six Sigma certification where our employees could take their white belts and onwards. And those are the kinds of investment that I'm personally proud of, because it puts into real-life situation our claim that we're not just an outsourcing company, but we are a people industry. Somebody was talking earlier here about the unique advantage of Ilonggo, and I couldn't agree more with that. According to Constantino Tejero's article called The Ilonggo's Happy Breed, it was published in Philippine Daily Inquirer, it is given that Ilonggos are sweet, affectionate. Ilonggos are also considered the friendliest people in country, warm and welcoming, who would go their way to make strangers feel at home. They would also go extra mile to make strangers feel at home and well-fed. That's what we're known for, Ilonggos. Moreover, on that article, that quarrel between Ilonggos doesn't sound one. And again, that's because of our distinct intonation, right? At times when we are upset, at times when we are frustrated, sige hada bala, isa pa bala, right? But we're already mad, we're already getting angry, but we always have that distinct intonation. The Ilonggos way of speech is tender, sounds like music to ears, to almost everyone, and plus the fact that we're highly educated proves that we have, again, the unique advantage to really sustain the growth that we have here in IloIlo. Most of our universities here are even 100 years old. In fact, at one point, the district of Molo was called as the Athens of the Philippines during colonial times. Excuse me, due to the sweetness, affection, being soft-spoken, and all of the good traits that we possess here as Ilonggo, there's no doubt that we can really sustain this upward trend, this upward momentum in this BPO industry. And Teletech has also been here for the past 12 years, has stood the test of time in this golden age of outsourcing. Speaking about test of time, resiliency is another trait of Ilonggo. Resiliency runs parallel to our commitment regardless. Just like any other city, we experience storm, typhoon, but there are two that stood out to me, the Typhoon Frank and the Super Typhoon Yolanda. I think for those that are Ilonggo, you can still recall. There were a lot of properties damaged, so many lives were lost, sadly, but you know what? It also allowed to define who we are and how determined we are to recover. In our site, despite of those events, our staff continued to deliver best-in-class customer service. And apart from that, we were even able to join outreach and civic events to help the victims. It was just awesome to see, and even our international clients were so pleased seeing that, knowing what we have been through.